6th of September, everything's a bit early this year, and it's just that season when it's hard to keep on top of things. Julia told me a few days ago you should check those Burr Hardy and see any picking. I didn't think they needed picking, but then a day later, all of these are on the ground and they're fallen and bruised themselves. So we've rescued these and we'll see what we can eat of these. We might even cook a few and freeze them. But hey, we picked the rest before they fell. We got a fantastic lot of these excellent plums, pears, Stephen. I'm going to do this to get these to Winchester. There's always a lot of waste, and that's why we've got this competition for recipes to how to make the best of leftover stuff. There's a load of damsons here. This is the very last of the damsons. We've been selling these well for about 3 or 4 weeks, but what we've got left, these are just too squashy to go to market, but they're full of juice and they're full of sugar. So I'm going to make these into wine. In fact, I've already got some wine on the go. I've got this, which is wine that was made from the last of the very, very ripe green gages, and it's really cleared very well. And there's a trick to that, because there's some stuff called Pectic enzyme, which I got this from the excellent homebrew shop, which is in Aldershot. You can Google them if you live in England. They sell some really good stuff. And this enzyme basically dissolves the pectin, which is a sort of protein in the plums, which will give you a it'll stop the wine from clearing. Anyway, what I did, I'm not really giving a serious recipe at all, just really racing through here. I took a load of really ripe, overripe Victoria plums, too ripe to go to market. I didn't boil them, as some recipes say you should, but I sort of brought them up to about 75 centigrade to pasteurise them. I put them in quite a small amount of water. I added a pectic enzyme. I haven't added any sugar to this. These are just basically fermenting their own sugar. There's a lot of fermentation going on there. I will add some sugar. I'll strain this all off in a few days, and I'll add some white sugar. Carefully measure that with the hydrometer to make sure the alcohol level is approximately what it should be. So the green gage wine, the Victoria plum wine, and the damsons, they'll all be blended together. I'm not going to enter for wine competition, but just to say, whatever fruit recipes, whatever fruit preserve recipes we've got, I'd like to see some exotic stuff, dried apple rings. I'd like to see anyone makes any kind of wine from fruit, or beer or cider from fruit, any kind of preserve, anything really interesting that you do with fruit. Just want to widen and broaden it a little bit. Going to run the competition till the end of October to allow a little bit more for different time zones. Sorry to people in Australia and New Zealand. Of course, it's the other side of the world. It's your spring now. Well, that should be enough to make up for a lot being in New Zealand in the spring. I was there in the spring once. Well, I wasn't. I was in the autumn twice. Never mind. But yeah, so going to increase the, going to stretch the limits of the contest. There are 3 prizes up there, which I mentioned before, value of about £30 each. If I only get 3 entrants, then all 3 of them will get prizes. So please make it more interesting. The point is A, to have fun, B, to share recipes and look at ways of dealing with that problem whereby, whether you've only just got a few fruit bushes in your garden or grow some strawberries, whether you have 1 apple tree or whether you have 20 or 100, what to do at this time of year when the fruit's coming in so fast. You can't eat it all, you can't share it all, you can't give it all away. And so what do? Even if somebody wants to put up a video showing a useful, practical way of freezing the surplus in an efficient way. Remember, there'll be 3 prizes. One will be Julia's choice, one will be voted for, and the other one will be a draw, and nobody will be able to win more than 1 prize. Okay, that's about it. I better go and do some more work. It's endless at this time of year.